Hey, we're live.
Oh
We're
my
here. It's
gosh.
Friday afternoon. It's
I'm in the
86
sunset.
degrees. And yeah, watching a beautiful sunset here in Stockbridge. Sun is nice. The warmth is starting to dissipate a little bit, so we'll have another nice sleeping night without having to turn on the air conditioning. Because that is when everything kind of goes, haywire. Anyway, who are you again?
Bo one, Nicole one, John Colder Ice Lawson. What's up, guys?
I'm Brent Leary. Don't you like my hat, by the way? It's a nice color.
He's gotta
Nice.
have something, y'all. He needs something.
What I
Something.
need is to get to the end of this week. We
Well,
are at
you're almost there.
we're at the finish line, folks. But we
You're
can't.
at the precipice.
How do you spell that?
I don't know. Ask him.
Anyway, it is Friday afternoon here, folks. You know what it is. You know what time it is. It's time for us. It's time for
Time
me.
for the foolishness.
Let me say, school is in session.
I don't feel like teaching today, but I guess I will.
Oh God. How
Not
about
a
earlier
problem.
today? How about your boy getting all wound up?
Oh, that was hilarious. I
All
couldn't breathe.
wound up, Mr.
I could
Beast.
not breathe. But
Well,
you were wrong, so
I was not wrong, but
you are
I just stuck the needle in a little bit, I'll put it like this.
what?
When he was talking about what's his name, Seth Godin,
Uh-huh.
he knows Seth. I mean, he's met him. They've done things together. Of course, he would trust him. How can you say the same? I'm not saying this just about Mr. Beast, although I did say it like I was just talking about him specifically. But how can you trust somebody you really don't know? You just know what they put in front of you on a video. I can't compare that to somebody you actually flesh and blood know, you've done things with. If they say something,
of course
of
you can,
course.
but that's not what this is. This was a
That's what it
ticket to an
was.
event
Well,
for somebody that's anyway, guys. We're talking about Mr. Beast had somebody had an event in Vegas,
didn't he get
and
some kind
Mr.
of
Beast was
approval to use his?
approved, yeah,
Yeah.
to use his name and likeness, and the people didn't get a good experience. It was closer to that. What did Leland say today?
Oh, what did he
The
say?
the movie, that movie with the
Oh,
little kids going to the
idiocracy.
candy. No, the candy movie where they get eaten up in the candy store.
Oh, Willy
That was,
Wonka.
yeah, the Willy Wonka experience. It was like that, but it was instead of Willy Wonka, it was
But
Mr. Beast. It was pretty bad.
here's why I say what you just said. It wasn't a Mr. Beast event. Apparently, some unknown being got some kind of approval or paid enough money to Mr. Beast for him, the Mr. Beast to say, "Oh, you should go to this event."
Yeah, Mr. Beast used, well, trusted the wrong people.
I wonder how much time Mr. Beast actually put into trying to figure out what was going on here. Or was it just about, oh, they're giving me what amount of money? Okay, I'm in on that. I'm not going to your damn event. I don't really care about your event, but I'll just say that so that I can get this money.
But I'm
That's
just
not
saying, I don't
cool.
think that's
That's not.
it's
It's not
not.
cool. But
But I
what
mean,
about this though? I'm just
if
saying,
this,
if you told me, hey, you said, "Oh man,
yes,
this is a really good event. I think you should check it out." You know what? I would actually still not go. No, I'm just kidding. I would listen because I actually do know you. I actually, you're
right.
not
But
going,
I
but
mean,
you're
there
saying this
are
is something
so
good.
many things that we spend money, go to events, trust people on that. I mean, that's not abnormal. I don't understand why you think this is so abnormal
I think it's
for the
abnormal
attendee. I
when
mean,
you don't
here it
really
is.
know
This
the
guy.
person. You don't really
It
know
doesn't
these
have to.
people.
Well, he can't know the people. He's got 200 million
But
followers.
but
How is he going to know 200 million followers?
but that's my
That
point.
doesn't.
So if he doesn't know these people, if he doesn't really care, he's not going to the thing. He's just really saying these things to get paid. And I don't know Mr. Beast other
I
than
don't
what I
think this
see on
was
the screen. I just couldn't
actively.
do it.
That was not. Here's the deal. It was. Here's what was promised. It was a three
Okay.
night stay at the Resorts World, an exclusive Mr. Beast mystery bag, on site activities and immersion experience, a $10,000 gift voucher, and exclusive items and themed beverages.
What a ten thousand
So,
dollar
but
gift
but
voucher
this
for
was,
what?
and
I'm
it was
just curious.
never, said, that Mr. Beast was going to be there. It was just the Mr. Beast
Oh man,
experience.
that's so implied though. That is
Yeah, I
really
get it.
implied.
I mean, or at least that he would have more.
Would you do
Uh,
that if you knew people were that you people that trust you that really
no,
depend
I
on you?
wouldn't.
That's
Absolutely not.
that's what I'm saying. So how could a lot of people, even though they like his videos, I mean, there's a lot of stuff on YouTube I love. I get a chuckle on. I don't listen to a damn thing that they're pitching, but I enjoy the entertainment.
Okay.
These folks went apparently spent a pretty significant amount of money on hearing that pitch from Mr. Beast, which
I
did
don't
not
think
come out
Mr.
and
Beast
say it.
made the pitch.
Mr. Beast
It's
had to.
not there. It's not like there was a commercial with Mr. Beast saying, "Hey, come see me in Vegas," and then you know what I'm saying?
That's
This is an
actually even
event
now you're
that's
making
not sponsored.
you're
That's
making it
just.
sound even worse on these people.
Well, yeah, it is. What do you mean on these
I
people?
thought that Mr. Beast said something like, "Hey,
I
you need
don't
to go
think
to this."
so. I don't think so. I'm not 100%, but I don't think he did a commercial for this.
This is actually making it worse on these people because they kind of made
Yeah, I mean,
if they
they
didn't say
took
if he didn't
advantage
even
of these people.
yeah well the I'm saying it's I'm taking a little of the pressure off of Mr. Beast. I'm putting a whole bunch on whoever paid him to
Yeah,
give
that's who you should put it
but
on.
I'm also putting it on the I'm not going to say the S word.
What's the S word?
It starts with S
Stupidity?
and it ends with uckers
Oh, okay. Anyway, well, I
because
mean,
it
if you
sounds like
get
they
sucker, then you are sucker.
it sounds
They
to
get
me like they were so I guess caught up in the Mr. Beast recommendation they
I mean,
didn't
the
see
Mr.
him.
Beast brand is a good brand.
It must not
It's
be as
not.
good
It's
as it
not like
is.
it's caught up. I'm
It's
saying
not
it's a
getting
good
it's
brand.
the Mexico thing, this thing, you know,
He'll survive it all.
only because he's got a lot of fanatics apparently. Not
Absolutely.
and I'm
He's
saying
got
fanatics,
a
not
lot of
fans.
fanatics. Yeah.
You know what it
Yeah.
is? They want to be him because of what he's done. You got to give him up for what he's done, right?
Oops. I mean, it's just
They
enjoy.
want the
It's fun.
350 million people following
It's
him.
fun TV.
They,
I
they,
mean,
they want to be the one that has Amazon
he's
coming to
not even
them.
the star of the show.
He's the one getting the check.
Yeah, I know, but he's the producer, but he's
That's the
not even the
star.
star of the show.
I'd
The
much
star of the
rather be
show
the
are the
producer.
people.
I would rather be the producer than the suckers on there running around playing for
Yeah,
trinkets
yeah, people will. It ain't trinkets. Don't even get it twisted.
compared to the $50 million that he got. That's trinkets.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, it was the guy that won 20 million. That ain't trinket or 10 million.
That's
That
good.
ain't trinket.
That's
I
good.
mean, stop.
That is true, and that's why I guess they're running around doing all that stuff.
Exactly.
But I
And
would.
then they promised a $10,000 prize. You thought you were going to be in a Mr. Beast type episode.
I wonder
I
how
mean, of
much.
course, they want to be in that.
I wonder how much you had to spend to go to this
I
what a
I
fire
can't
fest.
remember.
But I'm
Uh,
guessing if you might have spent at least a couple thousand on all this
well, I
stuff.
mean, just to get there and stay in the
Yeah,
hotel. I mean,
yeah.
that hotel is not a cheap
So
hotel.
what is the promise of winning a $10,000 whatever when you're
I
spending
mean, it's
about
only one
that?
lucky guest gets that,
That's
but
what I'm saying.
they
So you're
they're there for the
spending.
experience.
Yeah, well, they got it. They definitely got the experience. I hope they enjoyed the experience. If that's what all they
Well,
were promised,
well,
they got
actually,
exactly what
now
they promised.
they've been invited to personally tour his studio. So They got their money's worth now.
To tour his studio. That doesn't even mean he's going to be there.
Well, I'm sure he's going to be there this time.
She might not want to be there. If I were going to tours, I'd be going to get a piece of it. You cost me how much? You owe me some damn money. Forget the tour.
Look, it's bad.
It's bad.
But he'll be fine.
I'm not worried about him.
Yeah, don't worry
I don't know about him at all. He's already got this. He's got more suckers the fleece. And I'm just being having a little over the top.
Yes, you're being horrible. You're being horrible.
It was just so fun to talk about it. I don't know. Me personally, I don't care if if he's doing people great or not. That's not for me. But I do think he needs to do a better job of selecting the business part. He can have any business partners.
Of course.
He doesn't have to go down the shady path.
He learned his lesson.
Yeah. Be a better steward of your customers, because really it's your user base. You need to be mindful of them. If you choose a bad actor, it affects them, not you, because you're still getting paid.
Yeah.
So think more about your subscribers.
Oh my God. Okay. Thank you, Dad.
That's right. I'm looking out for y'all suckers. I don't want you guys to get fleeced anymore.
Oh my God.
And he shouldn't either. I'm sure he doesn't, though.
No, he's not. I'm sure. I don't know.
He's still really young, right? He's like in his 20s still, isn't he?
No, he's in his 30s.
Oh, he's in his 30s. I thought he was like,
I think he is. I don't know. Maybe
you
might
want to check. I think he's in his 20s.
I wonder. Yeah, maybe he is in his 20s. Still.
I wonder if this is like the first really bad experience he's had doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I don't think they've had an event like that before. But I'm sure it ain't the first time, questionable things have happened with investments.
I mean, he can hire a team to check all this stuff out. He doesn't have to do it himself. He can hire a team to
check. That's what I'm sure. I'm sure they brought it to him. And
oh, then they need to get fired. They need
I wonder how much he got paid from that.
He had to get a lot of money.
He had to get a lot of money. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that had to be a big lift for these guys. And I don't that's so crazy.
Hey, look who's here. Amber. Hello, Amber.
Hey, Amber.
I'm looking out for y'all, Amber. That's right.
Man, Brent's still on last week's topic.
Man, y'all suckers really need the help and guidance. And that's what I'm here for. I'm also here for the jokes. But,
yeah, he is here for the jokes.
Anyway, what else is there?
What else you got?
I need some positive news or something.
Some positive news?
Yeah, some positive news. Yeah.
We're getting a new Air Force One.
That's positive news. That's
pretty tight.
Yeah, it's pretty tight, all right.
You don't have to go around in that junky old 20-year-old plane anymore.
Yeah, the fact that it's going to cost about the same amount as it's worth just to
come sa.
Oh, that's right. As we were getting started, I did get a notification from the Wall Street Journal. It says America has lost its last AAA credit rating after Moody's downgraded the U.S. government. We are not worthy of people's trust anymore when it comes to money. Who would have thought? Who would have thought we would see this day?
Anybody with any kind of foresight?
No, come on. I mean, how many?
Come on.
This is the first time ever that this has happened. But that's got to say so. I wish.
Is it? For some reason, I feel like one other time we were not.
We don't have any AAA credit ratings from any of the agencies.
Oh, so that's what that means. We don't have it from any of.
Yeah, that said the last AAA credit.
Oh, well, it was just the last one. It's only one.
No, it's the last one. All the others have already done it.
Right, but they already did it. They already did it where? With other people? Other presidents?
Where? I don't think it's ever been done before. That's what I'm saying. Of all the credit agencies, we don't have the highest credit rating of any of them anymore. None of them.
That's
That's
sad.
terrible.
But I mean, that's what happens when you kind of renege on some promises.
Amber asked the main question: how can we be trusted at this point? What
Oh,
countries?
look, I am trusted.
No, not
Now,
you.
if the U.S. got its issues, that's on them.
Look, dude, we ain't talking about individuals here. I know you happy you got your 850 credit score.
That's right. By the way, folks, if you don't know, I've got a perfect credit score
All
this week.
right, dude. Yeah, this week. All right, folks.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, I've had a perfect credit score for the last 4 years.
Okay, what is this? Is it a pissing contest?
Apparently,
Whatever.
no. I
I
congratulated you.
mean, you ain't no better than me.
I welcomed you to the
You can't
club.
get no better than 850.
That's true.
Okay, shut up.
I've been waiting here for years. For you to come.
Perfect credit score.
Yeah, congratulations. That does
No,
take
and
a lot of that takes a
yes,
lot of
thank you.
effort. A
Exactly.
lot of effort, a lot of
My husband
damage
did it.
control.
I had nothing to do with it, but
Well,
I
then I
get a
say
lot of kick out of it.
I'll give the credit to John then, the other
Hmm.
there.
Yeah, Tyler John. And the other day we were sitting out there and he's like, "Do you know you got, a perfect credit score?" And then he went to look at his and his is 848.
Damn, that's like he sneezed wrong or something.
Yeah, yeah,
2
yeah,
points.
yeah. And so I'm like, we can split it in the middle since we're married. We're 849 as a couple.
All
But it's
righty.
kind of cool. Honestly, I almost went bankrupt. That's how I got started in my business. I had horrible credit. I had a foreclosure. I had what do you call it? The repossession of a car.
You have
I
any
mean, I've been
bankruptcies?
through.
You ever do the bankruptcy?
I didn't do the bankruptcy. I had filled out the paperwork, and I was going to finish the paperwork when I went away. I came back from this vacation and I'd sold a bunch of stuff on eBay while I was gone. So it made it so I could, make the mortgage. And I didn't do the bankruptcy, but I was right there.
No. So, but you did foreclosures.
Yeah, yeah. We had that house in on Joseph Lowry. It was
Oh, okay.
closed. Yeah, that sucker was closed. Now, granted, I mean, I was just like, I'm erasing this from the books. I'm like, I'm done with this. It was crazy,
Wow.
crazy times, you know. But I mean, I've been through it all at some level. Some. I was even homeless for a minute, but that was way back when I was like in my 20s. I don't know if you was call it homeless. I was just crazy.
So your story is much more, I think, uh, people can really get with your story probably more than mine. Because
Oh yeah,
I'm sure there are a lot of people have done a lot of that stuff, foreclosures and all that kind of stuff. So it's
yeah.
so you could go through all that and still at some point, if you get on the right path,
Be
get
on a
down, get
podcast with
get
Brett.
to, get to that 850. I mean, what is it? Only
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
2%. Only about 2% of the U.S.
Wow,
credit owning population is as a perfect score, something like that.
that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, absolutely. It just requires time. It just requires time. And I remember at probably 20 something years ago when I was realizing I'm like, it's just gonna take time. I'm like, you just gotta run through it. And finally here we are. It's a long
Right.
time.
How long? Yeah, how long did it take?
I mean, look, I'm all my life until this point, until yesterday, day before yesterday.
Wow, that's amazing when you think of that.
I think I actually hit it one time last year. I
Oh,
really do.
okay.
I kind of remember, but I didn't say anything about it. And so this time around, I'm like, I got back because it kept floating around, man. It goes up and down. Oh, maybe yours don't, but
Well,
mine will go
actually,
up and down.
mine has it, but at the beginning of this year, I decided to get. I wanted to get a Marriott Bonvoy credit card because I knew I was going to have to spend a lot of money with them, and I wanted to, get spend the money and get
Yeah, get
points
your
and stuff.
points.
So
Yep.
for the first time in like 4 years, I did the credit. You have to go through that
So that
credit thing
takes a
first.
hit.
So that took me down like 5 points on all three of them.
Yeah, it brings you down.
Yeah, but it's not a big thing, and and by they start bringing them back like a point at a time.
Yeah, it takes a
Um,
minute.
yeah, but if you go to like uh, well, you go to any of the Equifax, Experian. What's the other one?
I mean, if you're over 800, you're in good shape.
Yeah, that's considered excellent.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. The game. It's a game. It's the total game.
But our country, as a country,
Does not have.
oh my God, we're just losing all credibility. It's just
So what I'm trying to figure out though is you keep saying that it's the last one. Were there others that we were
there are several other credit rating agencies.
okay? And when did we lose
I
the
think
AAA on those?
I think it's been since your boy got back in the office.
Really? So these all happened since he's been here.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
remember at the very
That's
beginning of his
pathetic.
term. Remember
But I mean,
at the very beginning of his term, he threatened not to pay stuff off that like pay the debt on or pay the interest on all the loans for all the stuff that we owe, and that whole debt servicing thing. He threatened not to pay it. And I think it was actually
oh,
late in paying, and so they started doing all these downgrades. I wonder why it took Moody so long.
huh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I mean, he's screwed other people in business before. So, I mean, you just look at his track record.
Yeah, but
Why
that's
would
like,
you trust?
well, you're right. I mean, well, I never did, but he's basically trying to run the country like he ran his small business, and he used fear in trying to make people afraid of him. Like the poor little small business folks who were doing all the construction. He would say,
Oh,
you
that guy's
guys
a
did a terrible job. I'm not paying you. And then he would
yeah. You
sue
can't do
them.
that.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
can't do that as you. Well, we should hope he doesn't do that as a country, but he's trying to.
yeah. I
And
mean,
that's yeah. When you threaten not to pay your bills, that's when your
then that's
credit
what you
rating goes
get.
down. Yeah,
You get your credit rating reduced, and so now we have a reduced trust.
which
It's
is not a good
okay. It'll be fine.
it will be.
No.
Amber, I don't think Amber agrees with you.
Ah. What she said, congratulations on. Oh, she's talking about the other part. Okay, never
On
mind.
your individual.
Okay, I thought she was talking about our country's goals. We A1 is a good goal.
A1 is a good steak sauce. I don't know about no damn gold, but
Oh my gosh. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you.
well,
He is doing what he does, bro.
I guess the one good thing is he did do his best impersonation of Michael Jackson and backwalked on some of these tariffs with China. It went from 100 and what 25% down to 30. That's still way too high. It's not. It's still going to come down, but that's a hell of a moonwalk.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson couldn't moonwalk as good as that.
but it's only for 90 days, so we don't know where that's actually going to land,
That's true.
right? And
That's true.
it could blow up any day.
And you know what, I'm betting. Well, I'm not betting, but if I had to guess or had to bet, it's gonna happen. It's gonna blow up. See the
You
stock
think
market.
so? Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I don't think
Really?
China is playing around.
I don't think China's playing around either, but I think Trump already knows that China ain't playing around, and he's just going to capitulate. I think that's why we're here.
Well, I
He
think
didn't
he's gonna
get
capitulate.
anything to what he got zero out of
Nothing.
this deal.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. So I mean, I think he already knows he's lost this one.
Well, didn't he threaten like 150 countries a day because there no
Oh,
deals?
did he?
Yeah, it's like you guys,
Oh,
and then his threats are like, whatever.
oh, nobody cares.
No,
I
especially
mean, I think he just positioning for more crap.
He just
Let's
doesn't
see
want to
what.
look like a loser. That's
But
his
he,
whole
but
thing
what?
right now.
He is such.
But he doesn't want to
Well, he's.
look
I
like
mean,
a
you know
loser.
what? Actually, he's not a loser. I can't say he's a loser. He
Yeah,
won.
we're the losers.
Yeah,
He's
we're
not
the loser. There
the,
you go.
he's not the loser. We are.
Yeah, for sure. All right, leave him alone. Leave him alone. That's your
Yeah,
boy, man.
yeah. Where's your boy Ashabu? We miss him. We
Oh
need
man,
our
I ain't seen Usher in a couple of weeks.
Trump supporter here.
I think you scared him away.
Come on, Ashabu, show your head. We need you. We need
I
you to
think
get
you
your take.
scared him away.
We need to get
You've
your
been
perspective.
picking on him.
No, I think Amber did. And who somebody else is going hard on him in the comment section.
Well, I don't know, but that week he kind of said something
I think it was
crazy.
the t-shirt lady. What's her name again?
Oh yeah, like Jennifer, man, don't play with Jennifer.
Yeah, she was going hard in the comment section on Ashabu. I don't know. What else is new out there?
Yeah. Oh shoot. Yeah, that's a good question. What else is new? Yeah, well, you went away and was at a bunch of conferences. Will you tell me what's new? I mean,
Well,
now every conference is an AI conference. So how was your AI
exactly.
conference?
Well, so like earlier today, we did talk about Ramon Ray and I were at Zoho's and I know there's still a lot of folks. It's amazing. There's still a lot of people who don't or have never heard, don't know who Zoho is, and the stats that they have accumulated over the years are
I mean,
incredible.
Zoho doesn't advertise a whole lot.
They don't advertise, and they are
I remember one
business.
time I saw them in the airport
Yeah,
and they had took over the trains, and I was like, "Oh wow, Zoho's putting some money on advertising." But other than
yeah,
that,
it's
I ain't
still
never
there.
seen a Zoho nowhere. Oh, is it
They
still there?
they had a
Yeah.
couple of commercials a couple of years back on TV. They actually had a big billboard on the perimeter. When I was driving home from the airport one day, I was like, "So, who got a billboard out here now?" And so they kind of
They're very selective.
they pick their spots for sure.
They're very
But
selective.
for a company that a lot of people have never heard of, they got over 120 million users, and these are business folks. This isn't like a consumer play like a Facebook or the X or whatever you want to call it. This is business applications. So for a company like that to have 120 million users and most people still have never heard of them is pretty incredible. So
Worldwide. Worldwide.
yeah, definitely worldwide, but their sweet spot is or they're the number one country, at least so far, it's the US in terms of
Yeah. Because I mean, it's like, I mean, if it's 100 million in the US, that's like a third of the population. I just want to make sure that people's like, it's not like the third of the population here. But yeah, it's definitely, and they got some good solutions. I'm interested for sure, guys, in the e-com space. Definitely check out the announcement that they did make about their payment system.
right.
So
Oh
there
yeah.
is now a new rival to Stripe, or a new option to Stripe, and
The
that's
Stripe,
important.
and also they're going to their own payment service too. So like they got Zoho Pay, and now they have a device for being able to take payments physically, take physical payments. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
POS system.
yeah, POS. That's it, POS system.
Okay.
But I
Yeah,
think what
that's
you
good.
really would dig into is they've been working on AI for at least a decade, and a lot of people didn't know that they were further along in the AI space than most companies who've been yapping, over the last couple of years. They were talking about this stuff like I do some work with them, and uh, they've been a client for like 10, 15 years or something like that. So I get a chance to see some things I can't talk about, but now a lot of this stuff is out there. They were talking about AI 9, 10 years ago. And it wasn't like generative, but the like the predictive and using all the data to analyze and predict stuff. Uh, and so they've been talking about this stuff, and then now they have added a lot of agentic, a lot of generative, and it's not like stuff that you oh, here's our agentic. It's like, no, here's how what we've added to our 55 plus business applications. Here's what you can do. Just know that AI is actually driving a lot of this, but you don't have to know about it. As opposed to like, oh, we've got agentic and doing tap dances and stuff like that, and leading with that with really not a lot of context around it. So they do things and they move in a way that a lot of technology companies don't. But just because they don't talk about it all the time doesn't mean they don't have it.
Well,
They
they
actually
will
have it
now.
more.
They will now.
Well, I think they're gonna. It's
Everybody's
always going to
talking
be in
about
the
it. Oh,
context. It's always
you
going to
don't
be in the
understand.
context of Zoho apps and but it's not going to be like you're not going to see them making. I don't think you're going to see them making
Standalone
commercials.
stuff.
Yeah, or just making commercials talking about AI like it's an application. Like a lot of these folks
Mm.
talk about AI like it's its own standalone thing, and it's like AI is not meant to be a standalone anything. It's meant to use as much data and as you can from all parts and
It's a
perspectives and
platform.
contexts. It's
It's a
part. It's
platform.
baked into the platform. It is
No, it's
part of
actually
it.
a platform. You're able to build on AI as a platform now.
But what I guess what I'm saying is these big enterprise companies, it's part of their platform because you have the infrastructure. You have like the like Oracle says we do everything from bare metal up to the application layer, which means AI is a part of that. It's a important part, but it's just a part of their whole stack. Now,
No,
no, that's the enterprise way. Now you can do standalone AI like a Chat GPT or
no,
OpenAI,
you don't want to do that.
but
I'm
it's
saying you
about
can just build on it.
yeah. Well, you could do that too with these, but
Yeah.
it's all part of a stack, a technology stack that includes AI at one of the lower levels because it touches everything above it, but it's still not. You get the most out of it when it is considered part of your foundational technology stack.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's okay. You usually don't, but that's all right.
I mean, it's like I mean, you're making you're trying to make a definition to something that's like not even that hard line. I mean, come on.
No, AI is like this. It's not like this, and because all the apps are stacked on
AI is
top of
like
the
what?
AI.
What do you
AI
AI
is
is
like
what?
this, and
Yeah, it's a
application,
layer.
and
Yes.
that's what I was saying. It's part of the
Well, that's what
technology
I was
stack.
saying. I mean, that's why I'm like, you're going around and around saying
No, I
that.
said it's
I'm
part of
like,
the
I've
technology
said
stack.
it's a platform.
It's a part of
That's
the
it.
infrastructure.
It's
It's not
boom. It's a
the platform.
platform.
It's part of the platform.
Everything
That's what I'm
gets built
saying.
on top of it.
But there's something that AI is built on top that is on. It's already built on top of, which is
Okay,
the
whatever.
technology,
Okay,
the data centers,
okay.
the databases. There's a lot
Yeah.
of that is on top of, and then the apps and the
Oh,
services are
so
on
you
top of
mean
that.
it needs data?
It means it needs a hardware. It needs big servers. It needs power consumption.
Okay.
You can't do
Okay.
anything with AI
Versus
unless you
what?
have that underneath it.
Okay. Anyway. All right. Fantastic. We already
And
know
there
this.
are
I
only
mean,
a
come
few.
on, dude. It
There are
costs
only a few.
billions of dollars to
There are
build AI just
there are
on the
only
servers
a few
alone. So
companies.
yes, it's
Let's
a
put it like
platform.
this: it's part of the technology stack.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying it's there's more
Okay.
to it than that, but that's okay.
Okay.
Oh, see? Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay, champion. What looks? What is Zoho? Wow. All right. See, why aren't you guys in TSP talking about like companies that can
Oh,
really
you know
help
what?
these
Here's my
small
thing with
businesses out?
Zoho. Here's my thing with Zoho. Um, it's got so many components. I don't even know where to start the conversation.
Start with
So
Zoho
that's
one.
yeah, I like Zoho one. I mean, that's the key, And it's like everything you need. And now that they got payments, that's big. That's the for for a guy like me, that was a missing component, you know. And now that you have that, because they had stores and and that a lot of the things that they actually do for um e-commerce and online selling is really very I mean, so in that level, I don't see a whole lot of talk.
All right.
It's
So
like they add all these things on top, and it's just they don't really. a lot of people don't even know that it's available.
and yet 120 million people use one or more of those applications.
Yeah, most
So
of them use a piece of it.
yeah, maybe one
Yeah,
or
you know what I'm
but
saying?
as
I mean, like, hey, I'm using, it's not, it's, I guess, I don't know. It's like if you're using Microsoft Office, you're using the whole suite.
no, you're not. You're using about 15% of all the features and functionality. That's
Right. Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah. But
traditional
you have
system.
the whole suite, right?
Just like you have the whole suite with Zoho One.
Right. But I think there are people
But
that actually, a lot of people, I would love to know the number. How many people just use one application?
so most people that's where they start, and then as they
And I
get
know, but
more
I want
in,
to know just where it is right now. What's the mix of
they
one?
have they have that information like
I'm sure they do. It's like,
no, and they've shared. I just don't have it at the top of my head, but
no,
the
I doubt if
majority
they shared that.
no, they do. The majority of them are one plus are one user, but there's a significant chunk of people that use upwards of 10 of those applications, and they got the percentage. I don't want to say it because I don't want to get it wrong, but
Well,
they
and the thing is like every time they talk to, I mean, it just feels like it's a CRM system and that's it. And that's
no,
what they
you know what?
highlight a lot of times when, it's
If
like, here's our customer, here's how they're using it. And
if I'm not
it's always
mistaken,
a,
the most used app is actually their email application, like
oh,
Zoho
okay.
Mail. And CRM is always in the top two or three, but I think
Yeah.
it's Zoho Mail, and then I think
Docs.
Zoho. It might be,
No,
or
I
there's
don't think it's docs
it's.
anymore.
I think it's they have Zoho Books, which
Oh,
is
okay. Yeah.
so a lot of so Amber. It's definitely way more than a Stripe alternative. You can literally and there are people who literally run all their stuff, all their business stuff on
All their
Zoho
business
One.
applications in one.
Yeah, yeah,
And the
exactly.
cool thing is that they all talk to each other. So
Yeah, and they're getting
it's
better and better with
very,
that too. Because
yeah, I mean, the collaboration across the applications for one, and then with other team members and all being in the cloud, it's pretty dope. And for the price, you can't beat it.
well,
So
and
check
that
it out.
it's that
Zoho.
value, and they're adding a lot of AI capabilities into those applications on Zoho One. And as they said, they're not raising the raising the price. You get all this stuff.
Who's but that one kills me. I don't think people are going to pay for AI.
People are already paying for it. They might not
Yeah.
know it, but they are. And there's some companies that don't want to tell you what it's going to cost you. And then there's some
Mhm.
companies who don't know because the more their customers use the AI in their applications, that means that charge goes over to the big players because their applications are built on top of using those
They're
applications.
what? They're what?
Their applications are built on top
Wow.
of
Is it a
theirs.
layer? Would you
That
call it a layer?
applicate? Come on, man! You got to be kidding me! You don't know what an application layer is?
No, I'm like,
Oh
I'm
my
just
god!
telling you, that's what I was saying the first time. You built stuff on it. Anyway, never mind.
Come
You
on!
you you're you got a one track mind.
You just talked
One
about
track,
all the apps that
one
Zoho
track. It's
has.
one track,
Guess what?
and
That
and
those
it,
apps
and the
are built
car
on
on the
top of the
track is a little
AI.
bit askew.
That's
You
why
got
I
one
can't
track
talk.
in the
I can't talk to people who don't know what the hell they're talking about on this. Come on, Amber, give me something else to talk about. I'm tired of this conversation. Let's go back to Mr. Beast for damn it.
You don't know nothing about no Mr. Beast.
That's true.
Let it go. Just let it go,
That's
sir.
true. Mr. Beast.
Just let it go.
Like Hercules.
Yeah.
Hercules. Mr. Beast.
The world as it is at large, you're not too
Nah,
up on.
I'm look, I just don't I can understand why people are really interested because he did something that most people will never the vast majority of people will never be able to do.
Uh,
Accumulate hundreds of millions of
that's
people in a
you're
list or a
you're
subscriber
so
or
that's
whatever.
not,
That's what
bro.
people are. People are more. Look,
No,
I'm.
they're not.
You're thinking
They're
they're fascinated by
interested
his
because
character or his persona. They don't give a damn
no,
about
none
him.
of that. No, it's just the content. It's the show.
Oh,
That's it. He, like I said, he is not the star of the show. Yes, we
People,
know him because that's the channel. He's the host,
I'm
but he's
telling
not the
you,
star of the show. That's like people don't watch American Idol for Ryan Seacrest.
I don't
I
watch
mean,
it at all.
stop.
But
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying
I don't watch any of
it's
that
that those
nonsense.
people. He's the host.
So
He's the host. He's the creator.
he's got the best what a reality TV show or something. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. I don't watch any of that trash, so I don't know much about him. But what I'm
Okay.
saying
Well,
is,
you should learn
people like me,
before you make comments.
people like me can appreciate that he's done something that most people will never do. I don't
Okay.
that
And
300 million people to subscribe to anything is
it's amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not
I was
talking about that.
looking.
What they're subscribing to, that's on them. But the fact that he was able to get those
It's a
people to
game show,
subscribe,
man. Do you know how long game shows have been around?
of
It's not
course,
reality TV trash. This is not a reality TV show. It's a
sounds
game
kind of
show.
like it.
No,
It
it's a
ain't
game show.
it ain't like my
He
game
he
shows.
makes most of the times he makes up games and people participate and he
He'll
gives
never
away
be a Wink
prizes.
Martindale. Sorry.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't with you today.
Bob Barker is rolling
Oh,
over in his grave right now.
I mean, seriously, dude. But I will tell you this. He put up that video from, the Mayan place just 4 days ago, 5 days ago, 6 days now.
How many
62 million
millions?
views.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, he's already guaranteed anything he puts up is going to get millions of views at this point.
It's just crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
And
I give him credit for that. I mean, I don't care what it is because it's not interesting to me. But the fact that he can put something up and like Marcus Brownlee. Now, me, I'm a little more aligned with what he does because I'm more aligned with technology reviews and stuff like that. And I trust him because he's ever since I sent you that video, he's been doing this since he was a teen. He had no idea he's gonna blow up like this. He just did it because he loved it and he loved technology, and it just mushroomed into that. I trust that kid a lot because his reviews are usually spot on. If he
yeah,
said
I mean that's
something, I
great.
might
I
go.
mean, I
I might
wouldn't
go along
compare
with
the
that.
two though. They just happen to be on the same platform. They do completely
Yeah,
different things.
they're apples and oranges. But what I'm
I
saying
mean,
is they
I mean,
they're
he ain't feeding African children and getting them out of
I don't know what he's
chattel
doing, to be
slavery.
quite honest. I don't
Yeah,
know what that is.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what Mr. Beast is doing as well. He created an entire candy
Let's
company to
hope
get
so.
children.
Let's hope so. I hate to find out that wasn't
Oh,
the
you're so
case.
bad. You're
I
so
hate to
bad.
find
But
out that
yeah,
wasn't the case. But
well, he definitely
that's a good thing.
keeps you
I
keeps
give a
you in
lot
the
of
loop
credit. If
for
he's doing
sure.
that,
Oh
I give
yeah,
him a lot of
absolutely.
credit.
Like he's got this video right now that's like, watch this video to feed one person in need, right? And it's
Okay.
got 56 million views.
So when do we see the $56 million check?
Well, it wouldn't be a $56 million check. It would be whatever the
Oh, I thought it was
residuals
a
from the
dollar a
video.
view or something like that.
I don't think YouTube plays you $1 a view. If that was the
I don't.
case, we'd already be rich.
I thought I was just going off of what you said. I thought he said, "Watch this for to get a
To feed
dollar."
one person in need.
Oh, the fee. Well, that would be well more than $56 million then, if he's got that
No,
much
not
content.
really. I don't know
To
what
feed
the
one
the
child
whole
in need,
concept for a day. Yeah, I mean, and
a
in
dollar a
these
day.
areas, it's less than $1 a day. Don't you? Now, you've never heard the commercial?
I don't
Just for a
watch.
dollar a
Oh,
day, you can get to feed the
come
children.
on.
I mean, come on, seriously.
They don't sound like that.
Oh yeah, that was totally my. What
Oh
was
my
her name?
god! For the
Girl
price
from
of
what was the
oh no
girl's name
no
from the
I
All in the
know.
Family?
Oh, Sally Struthers.
Sally Struthers. I'm a Sally Struthers voice. Just for $1 a day.
You got to get that face too, like Sally
Oh
Struthers.
my
That's never
God,
in my
I'm
life.
so old. It's so
I
bad.
have not heard her name in a
I
long time.
know. I'm so old. Oh my God. That's okay.
Sally
I'm
Struthers.
owning it.
Was Meathead with
Somebody
it
else
too?
knows what I mean.
Was Meathead there with it too? That's all I want
It's
to know.
like if you know, you know.
That's true. And unfortunately, I do.
But Sally Struthers was Gloria on All in the Family.
That's true. You know what? I should treat Mr. Beast like I would treat them because
Yeah,
he's doing basically the same thing, but on the internet.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, he's a star.
I don't consider her a star for doing that. I consider
Not
her.
her, but
I
I'm saying
considered her a star for being on All in the Family. and being
Yes.
on All the Family allowed her to do certain stuff like that. He's not a
Yes.
star.
Oh my gosh.
What the
How can
hell
he
is it?
not be a star?
He's
How
not a
can he? Let me
star.
just ask you a question. Uh,
Is Bill
any
Gates a star?
Let me just ask you a question.
Okay.
If you're on television and you've got the number one show on TV, does that make you a star?
No. First of
Oh,
all,
okay. Well, I don't know what you mean by
technically he's
star then.
not on TV, but
Well, so you're saying that's what I was about to say, that you're just discounting the fact that his views are 10 times that of a TV show, but he's not on TV.
no, it's not TV.
Okay.
He's not a TV star. He's a game
He's
show host,
a
like you said.
video star.
You said, like you said, he's a game show host. I think that's true.
Yep.
He's a
Yeah.
game show host, not a
Well,
star.
he's a star.
Was Bob Barker considered a star?
Of course.
He
I'm
was
sure he's
not.
got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I'm positive Bob Barker is
No,
on the
that's
Hollywood Walk of
maybe
Fame.
he's got a star there, but he's never been considered a star. Like, would you go to something just because Bob Barker was there?
Um,
Don't even fix your mouth to say that. Come on, man.
no, I'm serious. We went to the Price is Right road show, right? And I'm thinking Bob Barker's gonna be there. Actually, it was Drew Carey. I was like, I'm like, Drew's gonna be there, right? This is the road show, blah 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 blah. We get there, and it was like the Mr. Beast thing. It
Oh,
was,
really?
but it wasn't. I mean, it was sponsored by, and they were able to use the names and likeness. But when you got there, it was some
That's
third
messed
party
up.
host.
Some
There wasn't.
nobody. Some
There was no Vanna.
oh
Well,
god.
Vanna's not even on that show,
Ain't
but you know what I'm
nobody,
saying.
no stage act, no nobody.
You know, it was definitely a little janky.
That's not
We had
good.
fun anyway, but it
Damn.
definitely. I'm thinking we're gonna see Price is Right.
Could you imagine
Yeah.
going to a Prince concert thinking that Prince is gonna be there and you got some kind of fill-in guy, one of these impersonator dudes that shows up? People would get killed for stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, but come on, that's a
You know
concert. Yeah,
why?
that's
That's
different.
because Prince was a star.
All right, all right, touche on that one. Okay. Oh my god. But anyway, dude, leave the guy alone. Damn, he got a video out of here with 792 million.
That's
That's
impressive.
insane.
That's impressive as hell.
That's just insane. It's just, but we already know, like, that doesn't mean 792 million people watch the whole thing,
Oh nah.
but still.
I'm guessing there's people have stuff set up that whenever he creates a video, they automatically beyond
Sponsor.
beyond the notification and all that stuff. Because I'm sure. Well, I guess if they're not just subscribers, they got the bell thing. Does that when he puts anything out to those people that have the bell, does that mean they automatically are counted as a view if they do
You
something
get
like
notice.
that?
I don't know, but I don't know. I don't think it's automatically counted as a view. I don't think so, but it does get notification. No,
Hmm.
don't, Amber, please don't encourage him.
She's
You,
just
you
being
should be
honest.
like, he's pathetic, and then laughy smiley face.
She's just being honest.
Oh
We need more
gosh.
truth in this world. So
Well,
anyway,
that's the truth. That's the truth, sir.
so you're going away tomorrow, huh?
A little bit, but not really.
What do you mean a little bit, but not really?
Yeah, I usually don't leave until a week after I go away
Oh, damn.
publicly.
Yeah, people are making. Remember that story about the guy, the engineer that created all these songs on Spotify, and did he create
Yeah,
bots
right.
to listen to
Yeah,
all?
what happened?
He got sued because he didn't take them for
Oh,
like
I
$10
thought there
million.
was some new. I thought there
No,
was some
but
new
she was
news. Oh,
saying that
okay, yeah,
there
yeah.
people are making bots like that. I was like, oh, that's already been going on. She's absolutely right. People making bots
Yeah,
to get numbers up.
I think AI bots are going to really threaten influencers.
Yeah,
AI
yeah.
influencers are going to be a threat to regular influencers.
You know what? I ain't mad at that.
Oh, really?
No, I'm not mad at that. I don't think it's right, but I don't think what some of these influencers, they're playing games with numbers too. They're cooking the books. They're doing like this guy. They're creating things that make their numbers inflated. I don't think a lot of these numbers are real at all. Mr. Beast might be, because he literally does have 300 million subscribers. So anything he does is going to have a lot of high number. But I was seeing people who have like, let's say 50,000 subscribers. And when they put views, so like they use some service to get these inflated subscriber numbers. But then when they put out stuff, they get like 10 views. And then all of a sudden, you see their views go up because then they bought the views. So now they, it's all
that's that. Yes, you can absolutely. There's whole farms that
yeah.
do nothing but buy views and likes and all of that. That's a whole underground.
And a lot of people, and I'm talking about people in my industry who look to work with influencers, they don't know any better. And so
That's
they'll
why
pay
they buy
these
them.
folks off. Yeah, they'll
That's
think,
all
oh
they
look,
do.
we'll use this
They
guy
show
because he
you,
gets
boom.
all these, and we're looking at this like, oh my God, you can tell exactly when they turn the machine on and off. But
Well, not necessarily. It's because some
we
things
can.
just don't go viral.
No, we're looking at regular folk. We're not looking at like the other the bigger spectrum of influencers. We're talking like business industry influencers, people who had 0 views. Then all of a sudden, boom, it went up like 10,000 overnight. It's like, oh, come on, and you guys can't see this. We know what's going on here. Oh yeah, Amber's saying a view farm. Tell her what a view farm is.
I mean, they've got these farms. Like, if you can look it up, it's just look up like farm, and there will be like a big old panel of cell phones, right? And there will be a person sitting there in some place like China or India, and they're just touching all the screens. Boom, 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 boom. And they're liking the
Wow.
video on all the screens. Boom, 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 boom. Right. So they've set up all of these, individual accounts, and they will like your stuff, and you can buy it. You can buy likes, and you can buy views. You can buy shares. You can buy all of that. So the whole industry is constantly trying to
How much does a like go for
regulate
now?
that shit. So let's see. Well, it depends. There's levels to likes too. So
Likes
no,
and
it's like
comments and all that stuff, I guess.
yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, Amber, I'm with you. It's gotta suck to be searching for views by any means necessary. Yeah. But
So
it's
I'm just picking the first one. What do you
okay.
mean?
All right. You wanna
It's like
share it?
this. Sure, we can share it. Well,
Yeah, I wanna see it. I
all
wanna
right,
see
let me
it.
go back. Let me go back to my search. Hit present, slides, video, share screen. I know as soon as I show this, people will buy them. So I really should have a damn affiliate link, but I don't.
Don't you
Oh
trust
well.
Amber? She's the only one watching this right now.
Oh well. But people watch the replay, bro. Which one am I looking for? Okay, that's the one. Here we go. All right,
All
you should see
right.
my.
Here
All
it
right,
is.
you see that?
Yep.
So all I put in was buy likes, and the first one is a ad.
100%
Right.
real and instant likes. How can they be real if you're buying them? Come on, man. So you get a lot of Instagram likes. It
So
looks like that's a big
yeah,
business.
Instagram's the big one, right? Because that's the one where most people are able to sell their followership. So there you
Oh,
go.
well,
So this is 1,000 for
wow.
$12.99, right?
Wow. This is
Um,
crazy.
However, but those are, what they call high quality, but those are not really high
Now,
quality. They're
what
premium
are they
likes.
what do they consider to be high quality?
So let's see. It says, what's the difference? High quality, like these likes with profile pictures, but no further uploads on their account. Auto refile or refill is enabled within the warranty, whatever. All right. Premium likes is now the only website to offer active likes. These, right? That's right. 100% real Instagram likes from 100% users, likes from real people really interested in your content, no drops, whatever. That's what they say. But anyway,
Wow.
so
That's
this is, let's
cheap
say,
too. 12.99.
12.99.
That is
Well,
really
yeah, but
cheap.
let's see what the premium is.
All right.
So the premium's 3 times more.
Is
You
that
know,
one buy or is it like can you do like a subscription thing with this?
no, well, you could, I'm guessing, but that's just one video,
Wow. That's
you
not a
know,
lot
or
of
one
money if
post.
but you'd have to do
No,
this
it's
over and
not.
over really to get
But
traction,
if you were
right?
doing, well, let's say you post 3 times a week,
Yeah. Still
you
about
know, to build
35.
that audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That
mean, honestly, they've gotten a little bit cheaper than they were back in the day.
that's saying $1.39 for whatever that
Yeah, I
is.
don't know what that is,
29 cents? I mean, wow, this is all over the place.
but where's 29? Okay. I mean, you get what you pay for. They're all fake.
What about buying comments? Can
Look
you
at
do
that,
that too?
8 cents. Buy
That's
what?
really
Yeah, you can do comments. That's
wow.
that's usually the upsell.
Oh,
Let's say
right,
buy
right. Yeah.
comments on YouTube. So there's a whole, like YouTube has its own uh set of buy stuff. See, so promote your YouTube real likes and comments, no bots, real results. Buy YouTube comments cheap, 2.99 cents for some comments. But yeah,
So it,
manual handwritten, with my foot. And I mean, if you think about it at this point with AI, this is just going crazy.
mm, mm, mm.
That's why it's so cheap and so competitive. Back in the day, it was a lot more underground, but I'm seeing this stuff is right in your face anymore.
I mean, it right in your face.
Yeah.
And are
Yeah.
people buying this just to show the appearance of looking like they have an engaged audience so
Well,
that they can like get sponsorships and stuff like that?
I'm not actually sure, what the motivation is for some people, but I mean, you might want to prime the pump.
Mm.
It's I always relegated to, the Vegas club scene. So I don't know if you ever been in Vegas. I don't know if you ever go out at night at all. You're probably in your bedroom, sleep.
Anyway,
But
move
have
on.
you ever been to a club in Vegas and seen a line around the block for a club,
Oh, of course.
all through the
Yeah.
lobby and shit? You ever
Yeah.
seen that?
And I
Right?
said, y'all are suckers. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, I'm sure. Right? So I'll never forget. One time we had a guy that was like showing us around Vegas. He knew everybody. Blah blah blah. We get to one of the like the one at the I don't know, the one that's like in Rome. I don't remember what it is.
Caesars?
Caesar's Palace. Yeah, Caesar's got one of the well-known clubs, right? So we get there, we're driving up to the parking lot. They're out, they've come out the door. So where you normally get the taxis and stuff, the line is out that door.
Jeez.
And you know how far it is from the door to the
Yeah.
club. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So that's all the way through the freaking
Oh,
um casino.
casino. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, this thing. So he's like, come on, man, I got you. I got you. We all get it up there, get to the, VIP thing. They let me in. We go inside. Ain't nobody in the club. What the fuck?
I would piss me off to
What,
the
what,
fullest.
what the hell's going on? He's like, yeah, they let him in little by little, man, because they want to keep the line out there because it's the line that attracts more people.
Wow. That
And
is
so
crazy.
that's part of this whole concept too. If you got a video that you're trying to really promote and there's no likes, no views,
Mm.
buy a few.
Dang. So have you ever done that?
I bought views long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Twitter, I bought Twitter followers long time ago.
And was it more expensive back then?
I would guess it would have been. I don't. I mean, it was just hard to find.
Oh,
It was
back
hard
then
to
it was hard
find.
to find.
Somebody
Okay.
hit me up to it and was like, "Oh, really? You can
Mm.
buy some?" And then I bought them, and then like a week and a half later, they all left. I was like, "This is bullshit."
Oh, really? You're supposed to
Yeah, they
keep
didn't
buying them?
stay.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
you
got to
just
keep
buy them, and
buying.
then they just went away. So I was like, "Okay, that's a hustle right there," you
Mm.
know. And then, yeah, I mean, bro, I'm so good. You can look at people's YouTube channels or Instagram channels. Instagram, not YouTube necessarily, but Instagram, and you can tell whether they're fake or not. because all the fake people follow each other. That's their own followers. So you look at the people that got 50 followers, and it's like the same 50 people that were liking that. It's just a whole, because they got
Uh,
to constantly, they get constantly shut down.
oh, really? They do go after these things.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whack a mole
Oh,
game. Absolutely.
so you know what this has done? This has given me even more positive feelings for your boy, Mr. Beast,
Okay.
because
Really? Are you being
can't
funny?
he can't possibly. Maybe he did some of these tactics early on, but he can't. You can't get to 365 million doing this nonsense. He found a way to actually get real people to do this. So I give him credit for that. See,
Yeah.
Ramon, if you're out there, I'm giving your boy credit.
Oh, yay, Ramon, you win.
You win, Ramon.
You
Uh,
win.
yeah, Amber. You know what? This is really fascinating to me too. Because I never thought about buying stuff. I knew people were doing it, but I just never looked into it. This is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah. I mean, trust me, LinkedIn, same way. If I
I
buy
bet.
LinkedIn,
I bet.
it'd be
Yeah.
the same thing. They all, you know, I don't
Mm.
want you to think it's just one platform.
No, I would think this is the market. It's the
Right.
like,
It is.
comment, and subscribe market.
Yeah. I mean, hey, people want to be popular.
Like Amber said, people like games and shenanigans. We know the
It's crazy.
shenanigans go hand in hand with these Facebooks and Instagrams and
Yeah.
all that. TikToks.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's crazy.
I wonder if JB's son has ever. I bet he has it. Maybe he has. I don't know. But he has like 400,000 or 500,000 followers on TikTok.
Not. I mean, it's not like, this is still black hat stuff. And people, you can get, if you get found out, you could actually get,
What, they
hand
get
slapped.
strikes or something like that?
You could, yeah. I mean, or you could lose your account. I mean, it's
Oh,
not, yeah, it's not something to take lightly. But
yeah,
I
like
think it's
Amber.
gotten so,
Amber says, I don't need likes, I need purchasers.
that's what I'm screaming. Don't like me, buy from me.
Yeah. Well, and I'm guessing the next step would be some kind of conversion, but these people, they're not real. So, you're buying traffic just for show. It's not for actual conversions.
Yeah.
I, yeah, I could never do that.
Yeah.
Just to make
I
myself
feel
look
you.
good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad that you experimented early on though, because you got some insight into this that I would never have.
Yeah,
But
that's true. I never even thought about that.
yeah,
Way, way, way long ago.
was that back like in the StomperNet days with the internet marketing stuff?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think even those people were aware of, you know, this
Oh,
because
come
they
on,
weren't.
you got to believe those dudes are
No,
some.
because they weren't about Twitter. See, I
Ah,
mean, all of that. I mean, and this is something people don't really think of, and I want you to think about this. See, we call them influencers now, but 20 years ago they were called bloggers. Same thing, same concept. And so people would have fake, followers on their blogs, and
that's
you would
true.
be able to buy, comments on your blog post.
Yep,
Same scenario. So
that's
this
true.
this game has been around forever.
It's the appearance of influence, not
It's the
actual
appearance of
influence.
influence.
It's
Yeah.
appearance.
If I could sell you the appearance of influence, I could be president.
Remember that? What was that site that actually measured your social influence score?
Oh, I remember.
I know they got
They
bought by a
used to
company
give
called
you,
Lithium. Yeah,
yeah,
you got a
really.
score. Yeah, and
Yeah, I
people were.
remember back in the
Oh,
day.
what was that? It had a weird, like it began with a K or something like that. Clout, and it's spelled with
Clout.
a K.
Yes, I
And
remember Clout.
people were really touting their clout scores, and people were getting like
Absolutely.
speaking gigs and all sorts of stuff because
Because
they
of their
had a
clout
high
score.
cloud score. So you're right. That was
Yes.
like 20 damn years ago, basically.
That's
Almost.
so funny. Cloud
Oh man, people
scoring.
were throwing their cloud scores in your faces like it was something you need to pay me because I got a big clout score. And
I
people
always
were
had a
paying
big
them.
cloud.
That was the thing. People were paying them because they didn't know any better.
I always had a big cloud score.
Oh my!
Just a,
I think at the I had a like I
You
think
had a
I
big cloud
probably
score too.
90 like for your particular areas.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
That is, I
What
forgot
always
all about that stuff, man.
me too. That is hilarious, dude. That's some old school stuff.
And they
It'll
were
have a
using some weird
numerical
formula.
value between 1 and 100,
Yep.
and it qualified an individual's online social influence. Wow.
And
And
so
based
they,
on that, there was actually like a an influencer. People were actually making money from their
oh
cloud score.
yeah, absolutely. And all that was is they had some kind of weird algorithm where they were checking everybody's stuff on all the different social networks and seeing how much likes they were getting, how many comments. They had some weird algorithm that
Yeah.
gave you those scores. Those scores didn't mean jack.
Podcast too, Amber. You can buy listeners to your
Oh
podcast.
yeah, why not? You could buy. It looks like you could buy
You can buy
folks for
anything.
everything.
You want to buy influence quote, you can buy it.
The appearance.
So
We'll always
the
say the
appearance.
appearance of influence.
The appearance. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you can get needles to move, then you're an influencer. So you might be an appearance at first, but hey, if you can get the people to buy,
So in
then
other
I have
words,
to give you influencer
whatever
status.
whenever the technology comes out, the new tech, there's always going to be somebody willing to peddle some appearance of influence to
Yeah.
make you feel good about yourself.
Hey, they're probably getting ready right now. They're probably already doing. I need to look at it, but I'm sure they've got that for perplexity. So you show up on perplexity. You'll show up
Oh,
on
and their little side.
social searches. Yeah. Crazy,
Wow, that is
crazy cool.
crazy. But you're right. You know it's coming because anything that gives people the opportunity to create this illusion, there's going to be somebody willing to give it to you for a certain amount.
And somebody's gonna pay.
Somebody's going to pay.
Oh well. I need to go.
Wow, that was a good
This is
history lesson. I've forgotten all about cloud.
I know that is crazy, dude. I liked it. The first part of the show, yeah. But this last part, I
You were
really
part of the
enjoyed
first
that.
part of the show too, by the way.
Was I here? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you were
Yes.
here.
That was so stupid.
Anyway, you need to go on vacation, damn it.
I do. I need a vacation,
You need
dude.
a break. So you're not going to be around next
I don't
Friday.
think I'll make it next Friday though.
So we will see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, guys. 2
Have,
weeks.
have a great 2 weeks. Enjoy Memorial Day. Amber, thank you. You are a trooper. You are our number one.
Thank you, Amber. We love you so much.
Absolutely. All right. We get ready to do this. Out.